Look at the rank up right now. King of games.
Let's go.
Post the deck list. This is the best Speedroid deck list you will see. Triple win. Terratop. 1 Fukumadoshi Piper. Triple Tekatomborg. Double Card Turbo. Triple Yo-Yo. 1 Daiko Duke. 2 Dice. 3 Lance. And 3 Chalice. The extra deck. Crystal Wing. Kite Drake. Harpy Lady. Stardust Dragon. Clear Wing. Charge Warrior. And Hagoita. When the Wind Channeler, this outbricks you. If you happen to draw Denden Daiko Duke, then it's actually really, really good. If you draw Denden Daiko Duke with Win, the amount of combo potential is insane. Otherwise, if you have a Dice, you unbrick yourself. 1 Terratop, this is the best card in the deck. Special summon, it's a Stratos. Fukumadoshi Piper, this card just lets you draw. It's just a +1 and gets you a Clear Wing. Triple Tekatomborg. This card is your extender. Summons any tuner from the deck. A lot of the time, you'll go into Fukumadoshi, draw 1. You'll go into Dice, summon Hagoita. You'll summon Daiko Duke. If you happen to already have a Hagoita on the field, then you get another level 8 Synchro. Card Turbo is just a free level 3 tuner that's an extender. Just special summon for free. I see some people only run 1 to 2 Yo-Yo. That is incorrect. You need Yo-Yo. Bare minimum, if you skill, like let's say your hand is horrible, but you have 1 Yo-Yo, you can at least get a Crystal Wing out. That's why you want a Yo-Yo. If not, if you have more than just a Yo-Yo in your hand, that probably means you have stuff like Terratop, or you have stuff like Tekatomborg, or you have stuff like Win, right? That's the thing. Bare minimum, you want this in your starting hand so you can have 1 Crystal Wing. If not, it's just a further extender to get you another Synchro on the board. You need 3 of this. We have Daiko Duke. You never want to see this in your hand. Like, you'll pretty much only summon it off Tekatomborg or want to send it to the grave with Win. Otherwise, you never want this card. But when you do get this off, it's like, this enhances the grind game. This is the best extender in the deck. Like, 2 dice to unbreak yourself. Before, 1 dice would get completely outed by either if you draw it in your starting hand, you instantly break and you lose the game. 2, if they DD Crow your dice turn 1, you instantly lose the game. This deck is so heavily revolves around dice, you need 2 dice. Triple Lance. This card counters the entire meta. Live Twin. They just run 3 back row. Yubel. They run 3 back row. Triple Chalice. This will negate stuff like Yubel. Facing Yubel, if they swing thinking they have lethal, you chalice their Yubel. If they don't have enough life points to take the damage, they lose. This outs Live Twin. This outs a lot of decks, and it's just better than Book of Moon in this deck. And I think, in my opinion, this format. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, nothing needs to be said. Kite Drake, Board Breaker, negate the board. Harpy Lady. You chain this with one of these. If you activate Chalice, you can bounce one of their cards. You can negate and bounce one of their cards. Stardust Dragon. It's going to out Dark Hole. It's going to out Live Twins Pop. It's really, really strong. Double Clear Wing. The reason why we run 2 is a lot of the time you're going to burn 1 with just, having a decent hand with just a Yo-Yo. You're going to burn 1 through the skill. And a lot of the time you're going to want another level 7 Synchro in your extra deck. And so far, this is the best level 7 Win Synchro we have in the game. The Charge Warrior. A lot of people don't run this card. Also, another way to draw cards. If you have Win the Wind Channel in your hand, you summon Charge Warrior, you draw Duke. That's just a free special summon for any tuner. Now, the heart of the deck is Hagoita. This card, no Speedroid player plays this card. My entire deck revolves around this card. You summon Hagoita turn 1, and you get your Crystal Wing, you get a Harpy, you get a Stardust, you get, Crystal Wing in any one of these cards, and Hagoita Engrave. That now makes any tuner you top deck. If you top deck Daiko Duke, normal summon Daiko Duke, you get another level 8 Synchro. If you top deck Dice, you normal summon Dice, you draw a card with Charge Warrior, because Hagoita special summons itself. And Hagoita does this every single turn. So no matter what, you will always have a follow-up play. So if you're in a grind game, Hagoita will save you. And it's just recycling resources. It's busted. This is why this deck is amazing. The new skill is amazing. Speedroids, top tier. Now let's cover why we don't run some other cards. Stilts. Now this card is also good, and if we had more space, we would be running it. Turn 1, our normal summon really should be Yo-Yo. Like, what is Stilts gonna summon, right? Stilts summons Dice if you draw it. That's the only thing it does. Stilts in this case, the only benefit to Stilts is that you can special summon Duke from hand, or you can special summon Dice from hand. But when you think about this from a resource standpoint, Stilts does not really do much. because you have to have the other piece in your hand for it to work. But it also just conflicts with the other cards. It conflicts because Taki Tomborg already special summons itself. Card Turbo already special summons itself. Yo-Yo special summons something from the grave. Like, we already get so much extension off these other cards that Stilts just isn't as powerful. Its graveyard effect is pretty good. You know, it's just, I just don't really see a purpose for this. Not to say you can't run it. Yeah, not to say you can't run this card, but I just don't think it is the most optimal to play it. Now, the Speed Recovery. I played around with one. I actually pulled for this card. I didn't have it in my initial list, and then I pulled for it. And to me, Speed Recovery is a win more card. Like, occasionally you're about to lose the game, and you top deck a Speed Recovery, and then now you can play. Or, you know, they out your board, your hand was really bad, and you have a Speed Recovery, and you play it. Speed Recovery is one of those, oh, wait a second, I don't have the right piece, let me try to, like, figure out how to make this work. But sometimes it's just a dead card. Like, sometimes you just can't activate. That's how I feel about Speed Recovery. This is a Tenyi player. This guy's, you know, sweaty. KC Cup, second stage duelist. Yes, I believe this guy's Tenyi. I'll show you this, alright? What are we going? We're going second. We lost the coin flip. This guy's on a 3-win streak, okay? This hand is pretty good, right? We got Yo-Yo, Card Turbo, Taki Tomborg, Chalice. We can break the board with Chalice. Tenyi. He summons the yellow. Tribute the yellow. I mean, link the yellow off for Monk.
Prismatic too, gorgeous.
Of course. He summons Monk, obviously. He's going to have an extender in his hand. No, he has Vessel. He sends blue to grave and searches green. This is a good Tenyi player, okay? This is a good Tenyi player. You always want blue and grave to be live, and you want green. This guy's really good. Activates green to special summon. Now he's going to link those two off and summon Shaman. He's so far making the most optimal combo for Tenyis. Shaman, discard a card to special summon Monk. Activate the skill to get 2,000 life points. He's now going to link off into the link 3 3,000 beat stick. Berserker Tenyi. He's going to activate yellow to special summon a Vashuda from the deck. He happened to have the level 1 tuner in his hand. That's busted. He literally has the best hand possible. He's now going to get Draco Berserker of the Tenyi on his board. And he's just going to add, I think, the yellow back to his hand for a follow-up play.
Yeah, yeah.
So looking at this board.
Solid board.
He's got Draco Berserker. Banish any one of my effects, right? He has Berserker of the Tenyi, the link 3, which is now protected by blue, right? And so blue's effect is if I were to destroy this this card, right? It's gonna get destroyed. It will re-special summon this, and then he can pop a card on my field, which cannot be negated with Stardust Dragon. Secondly, he can, if I attack into a non-effect monster, he can lower my attack by 1,500. He has 3 disruptions right now. Best turn 1 a Tenyi player could have, and he's got 6,000 life points. So we're gonna skill. We're gonna skill and send dice to grave. We're gonna normal summon Yo-Yo and special summon the dice. Okay. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to make Hagoita. Okay, because 4 + 1 is 5, and we have extenders. Now I'm hoping to bait out the Berserker Tenyi. Of course, this guy does it, but fortunately I got Chalice. We're gonna Chalice him. Perfect. We played through 1 disruption. We're now gonna summon Hagoita, heart of the deck right here. Now we're gonna attack Tomborg and tribute Taki Tomborg to special summon Duke. We now have another follow-up play. This gets us Kite Drake. Okay? Kite Drake's effect is going to activate to destroy the entire board. Okay? But he still has blue, remember this. So he's going to re-summon the Link and pop a card on my field. He destroys the Kite Drake, which when Kite Drake is destroyed, it floats into another card. We're going to search Terratop. Terratop, when you have no monster on your field, special summon. Special summon, add Yo-Yo for next turn. We're going to Card Turbo. We're going to Synchro Summon into Charge Warrior to draw a card. Charge Warrior will let us draw. Duke is in grave. We are now going to Special Summon Dice and Synchro into Clear Wing. Busted. So far, we've outplayed everything this guy has done. Clear Wing Acceleration, special summon the dice, and synchro into Crystal Wing. And if you remember earlier, we played Car Turbo. Car Turbo can banish itself and another wind to gain 800 attack. We're now going to negate the green. We say no. And next turn, we have follow-ups. Perfectly outplayed the best Tenyi board possible. He has the gold from last turn. Special summon, link off into Monk. He will special summon the 1, summon Shaman, and we're gonna negate the Shaman. That's it. What does he do? Nothing. He concedes. That's what he does. He concedes. Outplaying the best Tenyi board.
Easy.
Next turn, we have Taketomborg, which contribute itself to then special summon a level 3 tuner. Then we special summon Hagoita from grave. We get another level 8 synchro. We had Yo-Yo in our hand. We could have summoned another synchro. We had follow-up plays. He didn't. All right, let's go.
Yeah, it should say when you enter the game.
Oh, man. Or see how sweaty he is. This guy's a KC November top 10,000. Yugi Moto. I'm on a win streak. You can see this. Let's go. We're winning the coin flip. 4 win streak. We're not. This isn't a COG rank up. This is not a COG rank up. We don't know what the life. No, man. Okay. The hand's horrible, but we'll be fine. Actually, this hand could be much worse. But whatever. Obviously, search Terratop, right? Terratop.
Yeah.
Special Terratop. We'll see if he has an effect veiler in a second. He does not have an effect veiler, so that's fine. So I'll just toggle off for right now. We already have Taketomborg, so the next thing we need is Yo-Yo. I'm excited. This is exciting. We will Taketomborg into... Unfortunately, we don't really have many options. We pretty much have to... I think we Fukumadoshi. I can't make Hagoita with this hand, unfortunately. What do we get? A Lance? Lance is not bad. Okay. What do you think he's playing?
Tenyi.
You think it's Tenyi with 30 cards?
I have no idea. No, I don't think it's Tenyi.
I don't know. I don't know what it is either. Come forth. I also... So the skill is also buffed right now. You no longer need to return a card back to the deck, which means that on my follow-up turn, so on turn 3, I'll be able to send a synchro to my grave, and then special summon a Clear Wing again with buffed attack for no cost, just for free, because the game says so. Crystal Wing, obviously. So we got Crystal Wing, and then let's see. We're gonna normal summon Yo-Yo into. Is there anything we can get? I guess we could get. I could go Clear Wing. Again, I don't know what deck this guy's playing, or I can go Hagoita. Hagoita doesn't do anything for me. Clear Wing might do something for me. Yeah, we go Clear Wing. It sucks that I didn't draw an extender.
Also,
What's up?
it's 100% not Tenyi, by the way.
Why do you say that? Oh, because
he's got 5,000 life points.
actually, it's true. Yeah, it wouldn't be Tenyi.
Yeah.
You're right. I have no idea what we're dealing with here, but we got the Clear Wing back. We're gonna set Lance first. Set this, and I guess that's where we end it. I don't know what this guy has. We'll see. Ancient Warriors!
Oh.
During your main phase, you can normal summon or special summon Ancient Warriors. You can target one of those monsters, add one. Okay, so if you normal summon Ancient Warriors, you can search. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon Ancient Warriors from your hand. Okay, cool. Cool. This is cool. I've only faced this deck once. So he's going to activate this.
A few times.
Okay, let's see. Well, this is an effect. So you can special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent cannot target other ancient warriors with effects. I'm actually going to Crystal Wing this. Because if I don't Crystal Wing this, he's going to search. Yeah, I Crystal Wing this. Because I still have a negate with Clear Wing, and I also have a negate with Chalice, and I have protection with Lance. So I think just to first get this guy out of the way is good. He only has 3 cards now. Because also, Fire Formation. Okay, he's just going to search the same card.
No, level 4 lower.
Level 4 lower. Actually, you're right.
He searches his main level.
Which is what? So okay, if this card is added from the deck to your hand, you can special summon. Okay, when a spell or trap card is activated, you can send one ancient. Okay, send this to the grave. Okay. What does this do? Okay, during your main phase, yep, you can target one of those monsters. Add one. I don't think Lance stops this, right? That doesn't stop it.
No.
Okay, well this you control it. Okay, you can target one. Add one ancient warriors. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So far he's gonna search. He's getting his search, which is this guy. He has 2 of this card, so he's gonna get the effect, which does what? What does the effect do? Special summon this card. Okay, that's fine.
His Link 2 is really good. He's trying to go into a Link 2.
What does this guy do? Okay, you can. Oh, it's fine. We can negate with Clear Wing.
Yeah, that's a good negate.
That is a good negate, because otherwise he'd pop me, right? That's what he does, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. We're playing through this. The Clear Wing was actually a really busted play against this guy. I did not think it was going to be this good. I don't know why he decided to do that. Did he just forget that I had a negate with Clear Wing? Like, I don't know what this guy's doing there. I always get super cautious playing against a deck that I have not played that much against on ladder like this.
Yeah. Especially really new to the format.
Yeah, it's super new to the format. I have no idea really what we're dealing with. So it was really good that okay, there we go. Lethal! Just kidding. He conceded. Alright, let's start a combo tutorial. So looking at this hand, we have an out to the dice. In this case, we have win and dice. So we can just send the dice to the grave, and it was not a problem that we got dice. In fact, it's actually probably better that we got dice. We want as few dice in our deck as possible at all times. In this case, we're going to start our combo off with Terra Top. Terra Top, activate Terra Top, we're going to search our deck. Okay, this is where you're going to see if they have Effect Veiler. No Effect Veiler. Looking at the other pieces in our hand, we already have Takatomborg. The next most important piece is having Yo-Yo. We're going to grab the Yo-Yo. Now, we are going to special summon our Takatomborg. Here is where things get spicy and they get tricky, because you have different combo lines you can go down. So at this point, it really just depends on what you have in your grave. In this case, we already have a dice in our grave, right? You're either going to activate, you're going to tribute Takatomborg for Fukumadoshi Piper, and you're going to draw 1, right? And then you're going to Synchro Summon into Clear Wing, and then you can go into Crystal Wing, and then we haven't used our normal summon yet, and then we Yo-Yo, and we see what else we can do, right? Because we have an unknown card there. Another option we could do is go from here, summon Duke, and then we summon Stardust Charge Warrior to draw a card. So we accomplish the same thing, and then we Duke to special summon the dice that's already in our graveyard to summon Clear Wing, to then summon Crystal Wing with the skill. You could do that as well, but in that situation, we burned a Synchro Monster, one of our Synchro Monsters for no reason. It's probably better to save that, honestly. Or we could tribute off Takatomborg to then summon the other dice from the deck and make Terra Top level 4 to then special summon Hagoita. See, that would be the correct play if we had Card Turbo in our hand. But the other card in our hand is Lance. So if the other piece was Card Turbo, that's what we would want to do, right? But in this situation, our best combo line would be to go into Fukumadoshi Piper. We're going to be able to excavate 1 and draw it. And see, and this deck does this to you all the time. Now you have the most optimal combo, because now you have a card turbo, which solves all of the issues that we would be facing otherwise. So now we can freely summon our Clearing Synchro Dragon. Now we can activate our skill. And this is also really important, because we already had a dice in our hand and we used win, we want to send the other one to the graveyard, because then we don't ever have to worry about drawing this card again. We never want dice in our hand. So this was really good. Now in this case, we just summon our typical Crystal Wing. We have not even used our normal summon yet, and we have way more plays. We have way more plays. This is our first combo line, right? The Crystal Wing. Now, we're going to normal summon Yo-Yo. We're going to special summon Dice. Dice will not change Yo-Yo's level because we want Hagoita. Once we get Hagoita out, we can at this point summon Card Turbo to then get us another level 8 synchro. Now, what else we could have done is we could have normal summoned Yo-Yo. Again, we could have normal summoned Yo-Yo, special summon Dice, made Yo-Yo level 6, and summon Clearwing. We had an option for Clearwing. It's better to summon Hagoita here, and that's because next turn, no matter what we draw, we have a follow-up. We draw Card Turbo, follow-up. We draw Decklist, we have a follow-up. We draw Takatamorg, we have a follow-up. We draw Yo-Yo. We would have had a follow-up anyway. But do you see how that opens up our deck even more? Yeah, so now at this point, we're just going to special summon any one of these. And this really, the choice between Stardust Dragon or Harpy is really dependent on what you think the other person is playing. If you have a spell card, which in this case we do, that is the time I'll summon Harpy Lady. I think Harpy Lady is only good when you can control its effect. When you can control when the monster bounces, that's really, really important. Because sometimes, you know, let's say they don't have any devastating spell or traps and Lance is just a dead card. At least you made Lance useful here, because now you can send a card back to the hand. Otherwise, if you have a feeling they're playing a deck that uses something like Dark Hole, Star Dragon might be the way, right? In this case, I think Harpy Lady, given the meta, would probably be the best play. But Harpy Lady is probably the best play because we can proc its bounce, and it's good against Tenyi. It's good against Yubel. Like, they get their Yubel Ultimate Nightmare out. You activate Lance on their card. You send it back to the hand. Well, then what do? Now, let's get into what a good turn 2 looks like. Okay, so going second with Speedroids, with a typical hand, which this is really not that bad. Because we have Terra Top, it's really not that bad. What we're going to do is we're going to activate Terra Top. We're going to search, and we're going to look for another piece. Looking at our hand, we already have Takatamorg. So the level of hierarchy of importance, your number one most important card, and having in the hand is Terra Top. After Terra Top, tied for second place is either Yo-Yo or Takatamorg. Third place is Card Turbo. The cards you don't want in your hand are Fukumadoshi, Daiko Duke, or Red Eye Dice without Win the Wind Channeler. If you have Win the Wind Channeler, it unbricks those. Anyway, in this case, we already have Takatamorg, so looking at the hierarchy, we need to go into Yo-Yo. In this case, we'll special summon our Takatamorg. Takatamorg's effect will activate. Let's just say we don't want to go into Hagoita, because sometimes you don't want to. In this case, we're going to draw a card. I'm just showing you more combos. It's the way the deck goes. Now we have more follow-up. The benefit here to summoning Clearwing is that because we didn't have to use the second part of the skill to send the dice in the grave initially, what we're going to be able to do is search the dice out this way, which is really good, because we get our level 8 synchro. So this is really any level 8 synchro in the deck. The most impactful one to summon is going to be obviously Kite Drake. We're going to summon Kite Drake here. Kite Drake, on summon, will be able to blow up the board. We're going to destroy all of the cards in the field. They're open. Now, how do we win? Funny enough, they actually start with 5,000 life points, so this won't be exact lethal, but most people play with 4,000 life points anyway. So you're going to send your Kite Drake to the graveyard to special summon the Clearing with from the graveyard with 4,100 attack, which this itself would be lethal. Let's say it's not. Well, we played around this. We have Yo-Yo, and we're going to Yo-Yo into Hagoita. Now, I guess we'll just set our triple lance, and then you just now push for lethal. That's how you do it. That's another very effective way of winning the game going second. Blow up the board, attack for lethal. We have a pretty solid game plan. There it is. I mean, at this point, I've showcased, a lot of the thought process of the deck. And obviously, there's still way more to understand about this because it's a very, very high skill ceiling deck. There are so many different combo lines you can go down. And which one to pick, depending on your situation, also is just skill. That's all skill. A lot of the people that talk about this deck say that this deck is just not good. It's not powerful enough. It's power crept. The skill sucks. We don't even need the skill to function. The skill is the cherry on top. But you really do need to know when to make your certain plays. When do you want to blow up the board? You can only do it once. Do you want to blow up the board or do you want to negate the board? Is it to your strategic advantage to summon Cyber/Harpy Lady? Or should you summon Stardust Dragon? Can you proc the Harpy Lady? Do you have a back row? Or do you just want to have an overarching blanket protection so your Crystal Wing doesn't get blown up? Do you know that they're playing a high level monster deck like Blue Eyes? And so instead of going a level 8 synchro, we're going to go Crystal Wing and a Clear Wing to get the most amount of negates. Let's say they're playing Blue Eyes. Obviously, you summon Clear Wing. This destroys their deck. It really comes down to, this is a toolbox deck. You need to know when to use your tools. You need to know what combo line will get you to your tools the most efficient way. You have limited resources. We run 4 level 8 synchros, and we only run 3 level 3 synchros when our main way of summoning is with Hagoita. That's because there's so many ways to play the same cards, to recycle. What gets you the farthest with the least resources? I cannot be the one to tell you that. You need to be able to play. It's a game-by-game basis. There's no way for me to sit here and tell you how to do that. It just depends. I can show you my replays. I can show you the combo tutorial. It just comes down to, you really need to learn the deck. There's so much to learn. I'm not even perfect here. I've just been able to King of Games 2 seasons in a row, and I'm probably going to keep doing it. The skill just got buffed. That's really it. This is the definitive deck list so far. In my extensive deck testing, this is what's always come out on top. I've tried so many other versions of the deck, and this is what has been the most successful for me. I would love to hear if you have a different perspective on Speedroids, if you've been successful and have a completely different extra deck. Please feel free to share it. I'm interested. I love Speedroids. This has been the Speedroid Advanced Guide. I hope you did enjoy, and I will see you all later. Thank you.